Why, yes, hey, Sidewinders, welcome back to another video. We got another requested show today. We're here at a custom Tampa World Finals, the Monster Truck Bash World Finals. I was going to use the one with the elevated start, but for some reason, when I try to spawn into that one, it's just spawning into like a default map that's on the regular BeamNG game. It's not even a mod. But, don't know what's going on there. That's kind of stupid, but I found another custom World Finals Tampa track, so we're going to do it right here. Right here we have Caveman Patrick, as you can see, Bill Fodgerbach, the driver. And we're going to qualify these trucks for two reasons. Number one, obviously, to see who gets the fastest qualifier, to set the brackets up. And number two, to make sure these lanes are even, because I've never drove this track before. He's going to be lining up against Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher. We have 8 trucks that are going to qualify here, and we will set the field. I'll try to make a bracket and show you at the end of qualifying. Alright guys, here we go. Bill Fodgerbach and Caveman Patrick and Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher. Remember, they're not racing each other yet. They're racing against the clock. We're going to do a quick qualifying with the 8 trucks. I think that the lanes will be even. I'm pretty confident that they will be, but I'm just doing this to make sure, because I don't know for 100% if this is the correct way to run. I was assuming that it was because it looks right, but I can't tell you for 100% sure because I didn't look it up or anything. But we will see. I know you can't see the whole time, but I will tell you the times afterwards. I'll put it up on the screen. Caveman Patrick first with a 40.060, and Carolina Crusher gets a 41.690. So Caveman Patrick, your leader for the time being. Now it's Jim Kramer in the green Bigfoot, and he'll be lining up next to Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. Son of a Digger leaves a little bit earlier, but they are racing the clock. As we said, the clock starts when they take off, so no issues there. Very different generations of drivers right here, but two fantastic drivers and trucks. Son of a Digger fire, and Jim Kramer running the green Bigfoot. Ryan Anderson bounces a little bit wide there in that section. We'll get the clock in on these two as they cross the line. Looks like Bigfoot is going to cross first. Son of a Digger, a little trouble. Bigfoot gets a 39.780. Son of a Digger, a wild ride with a 40.050. So Bigfoot takes the lead. And next up, it's going to be Doomsday lining up next to Todd LeDuc in the Megalodon Zombie. Doomsday, the mysterious truck, as we've mentioned before when he has appeared in our shows. We don't know who the driver is. Todd LeDuc in Megalodon Zombie, a great driver, been around for a long time. Looking to put the shark at the top of the board here, and he has definitely had the smoothest looking run so far. Oh, just as I say it, he jumps over onto the pod a little bit. We'll see if he can recover. And he does. Doomsday crosses first. Megalodon with a wild ride into the wall. Doomsday gets a 38.150. Megalodon a 38.900. Doomsday, your new leader. Alright, our last pair before we show you the bracket. Barry Musauer in the zombie skeleton with the human on the roof. Going up against Chris Kringle in the Holiday Hauler. We do have other trucks that are going to be making appearances as per the request. But we will see how these two stack up with the field. Our last group of qualifiers. Holiday Hauler, the Christmas truck. Zombie Skeleton, I would say more of a Halloween themed machine. So we will see what happens here as they come to the line. Zombie bobbles a little bit, but he gets there first. And over goes Barry Musauer. And Zombie gets a 39.730. Holiday Hauler 39.910. Alright guys, here's our bracket. I can't do that fancy stuff, so this is what we have. So Doomsday will be taking on Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher. Doomsday was our fast qualifier. Barry Musauer in the Zombie Skeleton will be taking on Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger Fire. Todd LeDuc in Megalodon Zombie will be taking on Bill Fagerbach and Caveman Patrick. And Jim Kramer in the Green Bigfoot will be taking on Chris Kringle in the Holiday Hauler. So there's our bracket set up. So here we go on to the races now. Alright, round one, guys. We got Doomsday going up against Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher. And Doomsday ran in the earlier 2010s. I'm sure most of you guys probably know who the driver or drivers were. But the mysterious aspect of it was part of the character of the Doomsday truck, so I'm sticking with it. But Doomsday, our fast qualifier, as we know. Gary Porter, a little bit out of shape, but we all know Gary Porter's been here many times before. He knows how to get around these tracks, but can he get around it fast enough to beat the fast qualifier Doomsday? It does not look like it. Doomsday gets the win in the first race of round one. Remember, Porter, a wild ride at the end. Remember, we only have 8 trucks today, so this is going to be to the semifinals for Doomsday. Up next, Todd LeDuc in the Megalodon Zombie going up against Bill Fagerbach and Caveman Patrick. Great trucks and drivers once again. Todd LeDuc, the veteran, knows how to get around these tricky courses such as this one. Bill Fagerbach has been here before in Caveman Patrick on another tricky course, and he done fairly well. A little bit wide there. You can't make too much mistakes against Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. He has been smooth, second place qualifier, but he was very smooth around the course. And it looks like Megalodon has the lead and the win. And he will punch his ticket into the semifinal round of competition. A good run for Todd LeDuc in the Megalodon Zombie. Up next, Chris Kringle in the Holiday Hauler going up against Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger Fire. Great trucks and drivers once again. Ryan Anderson, not one of the faster trucks in qualifying, but you can never count him out, because he definitely knows how to figure things out, and he knows how to stand on the gas, and he is not afraid to whip that truck into the corners. So far, it is 2-0 with the blue lane, the one starting in the blue lane. But Son of a Digger trying to change that right now. Looks like he's got a slight lead coming to the line, and he does. Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, wild ride for the Holiday Hauler. Up and over he goes. But Ryan Anderson wins in Son of a Digger Fire. Up next, Jim Kramer in Bigfoot, the Green Bigfoot, going up against Barry Musauer in the Zombie Skeleton. Great trucks and drivers once again from very different generations of monster truck racing. But still, 2 fantastic drivers. Kramer a little out of shape there. Bigfoot hiking up a little bit. Bouncing around. Oh man! Boy, Kramer is doing a great job at saving that truck from disaster. But that might lose him too much time against a driver like Barry Musauer and Zombie. As they come into the final turn, Kramer on 2 wheels again. I think he may have been a little too far behind at that point anyway. Barry Musauer will get the last spot in the semifinals in Zombie. Semifinals time, Doomsday going up against Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. I'm going to mention real quick, folks, I'm going to try to keep this episode not made for kids. I'm going to try to not do that. But if certain things pop up, I don't want to be that guy, that old guy that says I don't want this stuff on my videos. But I am that guy. But nonetheless, these two have been very fast as well. Doomsday, remember our fast qualifier, Ryan Anderson, trying to build up some more momentum after that round 1 victory. Here they come sliding around the turn. Ryan Anderson almost washed out. And Doomsday is going to the finals. Doomsday gets the win. Our fast qualifier is dominating right now. Up next, Todd LeDuc and Megalodon Zombie going up against Barry Musauer in Zombie. The Zombie Skeleton. Zombie battle here to see who's going to join Doomsday in the final round. But stay tuned, folks. After the finals and the freestyle celebration for whoever wins is over, we do have some extra content in this episode. So be sure to stick around. Zombie Maneater, oh, he high-fived the ramp there, lost a hand. Todd LeDuc trying to get Megalodon. Oh, he clipped that ramp a little bit. Looks like Zombie has the lead. And Barry Musauer in Zombie Skeleton is going to go to the finals. Good runs for both trucks. But Barry Musauer again looking strong in Zombie, and he'll join Doomsday. Got my words a little bit jumbled there, folks. But Doomsday and Zombie in the finals. Barry Musauer against the mysterious driver of Doomsday. I would say two Halloween-themed, more of a Halloween-themed finals here. Doomsday and Zombie. We will see who comes out on top. These two have both been fast. Doomsday, our fast qualifier, as we know. But Zombie has really came alive in these later rounds. Barry Musauer trying to get another victory for the Zombie camp, and it's going to be a close one at the line. A great finals. The closest race of the evening is the last race of the evening. And your winner is Zombie, the Zombie Skeleton. Barry Musauer barely gets the victory there over the fast qualifier. And the Zombie Skeleton wins the 8-truck special here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Great job for all the competitors on this tricky course here. But Barry Musauer, once again, strong in Zombie, and he puts the Zombie Skeleton in victory lane in this one. Alright, folks, congratulations to Barry Musauer and Zombie Skeleton. We're going to go ahead and let him finish out his freestyle celebration. Once that is done, we got a couple encores for you. I'm losing my voice already, folks, between doing the dailies, which I don't talk a lot in those, but I talk a lot in these, and my voice gets strained very easily. But nonetheless, enjoy the rest of the Zombie Skeleton's freestyle celebration. Once again, congratulations to Barry Musauer, and we'll be right back with the encores once he's finished. Alright folks, if we can direct your attention to the freestyle track now, we have Matt Pagliarulo in the Holiday Jester and Chris Kringle in the Holiday Hauler coming out, and they're going to do a tandem freestyle. They used to do this at the World Finals back in the day. Tandem freestyles where they'd have like 2 Blue Thunders or 2 whatever. They done it with a few trucks. Tandem freestyles, this is a cool little thing. So Jester and the Holiday Hauler is our tandem freestylers today, and then we got one more after this, so stay tuned. Alright guys, to close out the show here, we have 4 Doomsday trucks. I think they done 4 at the World Finals one time. They're going to do backflips. I know they're not even. I done the best I could. I can barely get 2 trucks even, so it is what it is. And they're going to go ahead and do a encore freestyle for you as well, so enjoy this Doomsday encore. And guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest. Thank you for the request. And as always, we will see you next time. Lord have mercy. Sorry. With some more monster truck action. So long, everybody.